I'm reading memoir tonight, and it's called Bang the Pots and Pans. My mom died today. The last time I saw her, she was eating ice cream from the Broadway Dairy Maid and wiping a tissue across the stoma in the base of her throat. We laughed because I offered to share my pistachio-flavoured soft serve. Her reaction was so quick that I knew she hated pistachios without her even needing to speak. The first time I met Mom, I was a mess. I was 23, and even though I didn't know it then, I was looking for an escape. I wanted out from the Pentecostal cult that I'd gotten mixed up in, and I'd gone to America on the holiday of a lifetime. I was in Boston to meet Leslie for the first time. To save money, I stayed at her family's home in Everett, a city outside of Boston famous for its Dunkin' Donuts and funeral homes. Boston had never been on my list of must-see places until I started talking to Leslie online, but after that first visit, I referred to it as my second home. Mom was used to Leslie's internet friends arriving on her doorstep. I think I was probably the friend who came from the furthest away, and to Mom, I was her summer daughter. I came from a place where the sun always shone, and even though we had winter in Brisbane, I never needed a pair of long johns or a heavy coat before I went to Boston. On Christmas, I had seconds and thirds, and probably even fourth, of Mum's mashed potatoes, and at least 5 hot Pillsbury biscuits slathered in butter. We had pumpkin pie and cocktails for dessert, and I rolled into bed, full and drunk and happy. I miss my own mum and dad, and our family Christmas, but I didn't miss the pressures and the traumas of my church. I didn't get the white Christmas I was dreaming of, but the snow started coming down a week later on New Year's Eve. Pop mixed us vodka martinis, and Leslie and I ran up and down the street pelting snow at each other. I can't remember what we ate for dinner, but for dessert, Les, Pop and I stood in the cold making s'mores on the barbecue while snowflakes hit the grill and sizzled. Later, Les and I tipped over the edge to properly drunk by playing a CSI drinking game with a line of vodka shots on the floor in front of us. At midnight, Mom handed me a saucepan and a wooden spoon. The 4 of us ran through the house, from front door to the back and through again, banging our pots and pans to clear the demons of the year and start 2006 with a clean slate. The next morning, when I was hungover and puking, she pressed the same pot into my hands when I got in the car to go to the airport. I was back in Boston before 2006 ended, happily extricated from the church, but jobless, lost and depressed. I moved into the Everett house while I tried to make up my mind about whether to go back to Australia and study or find a way of staying in the US. I haunted their house while they were at work and school, sometimes cleaning the kitchen and cooking, but mostly just sleeping and eating. I had my 24th birthday there, and Leslie's sister Stephanie, who is now a pastry chef, decorated a cake while my Boston family sang happy birthday in the warm kitchen of the Everett house. On her days off, Mom and I would drive to the Stop and Shop to do groceries. She always bought the good potato chips because she couldn't believe sandwiches in Australia didn't come with the side of chips. On weekends, Leslie and I did fun stuff. We went apple picking and to museums. We made Halloween costumes, and she came trick-or-treating despite giving up the childish habit years ago. I burned my knee on the curling iron while I was getting ready, and Mom had Burn-Aid to help soothe it. When I came home from trick-or-treating with a gash on the other knee from falling off a curb, she had a box of Band-Aids. Mom, Pop, Leslie and Stephanie fed and housed and shared their lives and family with me while I moped and cried and ate. I couldn't even do my own laundry while I was there, so Mom washed my clothes too. And on my last day in Boston, before Pop drove me to the airport, she pressed a $20 note into my hand and whispered, "Exchange it at home for a 40. It's worth more to you there than me here." Dramatic pause. The last trip I made to Boston was in 2015 for Stephanie's wedding. Mom had been sick between visits. Her voice was mostly gone now, and she was smaller and more delicate than I remembered, but her hug was still as warm and her smile just as bright. And the message came from Leslie on a cool May Brisbane morning. I calculated how much money I had and how quickly I could get from Brisbane to Boston. Not before the ventilator was turned off. Not in time to say goodbye and tell Mum that while she wasn't the mum who birthed and raised me, how special and important she was. My mom died today, and my mum comforted me. I walked my dog down a sunny street and thought of how different autumn is to fall there. I thought of the ice cream and of the holidays that I'd spent in Boston. I will think of her when I eat mashed potato or have chips as a side with a sandwich. She will be there when I look at the Halloween scars on my knees, and on New Year's Eve, we'll bang the pots and pans to chase the demons away. Thank you.